Good day, everyone. Welcome to BST African Electronic Surgery, and it's Tuesday. We have this kind of laptop. This is coming from our customer, and what the customer is saying the laptop is not turning on, is not doing anything. It's HP laptop model 15s-fq529nia. That's the model of this laptop. And the story on how this laptop died is quite interesting. This laptop died after some domestic issues in the house. And you know what happened? The wife just took the laptop, threw it down, and from that moment the laptop died. As you can see, the frame is not straight. Maybe you can see, check here the frame. This laptop is bent, it's not straight. So that's the history according to the owner. So from that moment the laptop died. Here you can see this side has got a bump. So what you can do, what I would do, I'll check the charger voltage. Look on the screen, 20 volts, so the charger is good. Oh, Intel i5 processor. This looks like an expensive laptop. This looks like an expensive laptop. Plug in the charger. You must have light here. No light, no anything, it's just dead. Even if you try to press the power on button here, the laptop is just dead, it's not doing anything. So let's see. No screws at the back. Why? Because this job passed from another computer shop. They tried to fix it, they couldn't fix it, and they sent it here. So already someone tried to fix this. So let's see. No screws at the back. So why do people get too emotional to the extent that they broke the electronic devices at home? Why? I don't understand why. People, they can't control their emotions. Obvious, I know almost everyone, they are facing such kind of misunderstanding in the house, but you can't damage devices. It's now costing both of them. So that's the inside of the laptop. We have the main battery, that's the motherboard, DDR4 RAM, 4 gig RAM, another 4 gig RAM to make it 8. SSD, 512 gigabytes. Okay. The processor, I.T.E. You see, I.T.E. here. I.T.E. That's the controller. Okay. So where can we start? Where can we start? That's the good question. Let's plug in the charger. The charging port is coming here. And under this connector. And I can see this input diode and some MOSFET in serial mode and the current sensor. Let's check some voltages there. Let's check some voltages there. I'll check on this charging port. On the plus, we have 20 volts. On the input of the first MOSFET, 20. On the output, 0. Current sensor 0. On any power supply, 0. This power supply 0. Here we do have another power supply 0. 0. Even this power supply 0. Okay. Let's unplug the charger. Why the first MOSFET is not driving 19 volts? That is a very good question. Diode mode on the current sensor 0, 0. This is a very strong short. So this motherboard is shorted. Oh. On those capacitors, one side, this capacitor is shorted. This capacitor is shorted. This one is shorted. This one is reading a short. All those capacitors, they are reading short. Why? Because they are connected in parallel mode in line with the 19 volts main, in line with the main 19 volts parallel. So if anything is in short, all those capacitors, they are showing a short. So how do we find out where is the short? That is a very good question. How to find out a shorted component? Let's go under microscope. If we can check few things, maybe we can. Let's see a few things under microscope. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see a few things under microscope. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on. I'll plug in the charger. This is the first MOSFET. This is the first MOSFET. So checking some voltages on the first MOSFET. Input, we do have 19. On the output, we have 0. On the gate, we have 0. Okay. So now we have to come with the power supply. Now we have to come with the power supply. We have to come with the power supply now. We have to come with the power supply. I'm sure that's the only way we can find out where is the short. I'll come with the power supply, 12 volts. 12 volts. On the current sensor. And it's taking 3.8 amps. 3.8 amps. You know what? I think I have to take out the battery. I think I have to take out the battery. Let's take out the battery and check without the battery. Well, something is not right there. Something is not right. The battery is out. Let's come with power supply again. And we still have short. It's taking 3 point. Voltage drop to 1 volts and it's taking around 3.8 amps. and I can't feel anything that is getting hot. 1 second. Let's try to push some current into the motherboard. Let's try to push some current into the motherboard. So we have something like 8 volts. Okay. We have something like 8 volts. On the current sensor is taking 4.7 amps. I want to see smoke. But unfortunately, nothing is taking that current. How is that possible? How is that possible? Nothing is taking that current. 1 second. Yeah, it's very tricky. The owner just phoned now about this laptop. So this is not a joke. We have to fix this. So on the current sensor, it's taking 4.7 amps. And what is getting what? Nothing. Okay. What I want to, let's go back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit. I'll plug the charger again. And what I want to check if we have the voltage on the BQ chip. We do have 19 on the input. On the output, 0 volts. The first MOSFET is not driving power. Here we have the BQ chip. $19. Oh, the BQ has voltage, 19 volts. On the AC detect pin number 6, must have above 0.6 volts. And you can see 2 volts. So it's not the BQ chip. Basically, that's what you can check on the BQ chip. So unplugging the charger, diode mode, checking the first MOSFET. While the first MOSFET is reading a short, what about the second one? The second one is also reading a short. Let's take down those MOSFETs. 1 second. So I don't understand. Let's check again those MOSFETs. The first one and the second one. The first one is reading a short. The second MOSFET is reading a short. So how is that possible that all these MOSFETs are reading short? So let's go under microscope. 1 second. Let's recheck again under microscope. Let's recheck again. We are here. What I will do, I'll take the first MOSFET down. That's what I want to do, because both the first one and the second one, they are reading a short. So I'll take this MOSFET down. and check our MOSFET is out. Our MOSFET is out. I will check again. I will check again for short drain. And the main 19 volts power rail is still shorted. On the MOSFET, that's not our problem. That's not our problem. That's not our problem. Our problem is not there. Let's take the second MOSFET. Now we have to check the second MOSFET. We have to check. Let's check for short again. So why? Why do you still have a shorted output? Why? Why do you still have a shorted output? So those MOSFETs are not my problem. So let's check together. Let's check on those. You see those 5 guys? I think that's where our problem is. How I can do it so that you see how I can do it. On this capacitor, which one is our problem? Let's raise the current 4.9 amps. Something is getting hot here. Why the second cap from the bottom is getting very hot? Why? Check those capacitors. The second one is drying quickly. This one. Why this capacitor is drying quickly? You know what? Let's put back the second MOSFET here. Let's put back the second MOSFET. This is a very stubborn short. I'm injecting 5 amps to the board, but it's not even getting hot. That's how this short is stubborn. Where's my flux? Now our MOSFET is now in place. The second thing, we have those guys in parallel mode, and my suspicious is the second guy. This one. That's the guy which I'm suspicious with. That's the guy which I'm suspicious about. So I'll check that capacitor straight away. This one. And the capacitor is 0, 0. Now, if I'm to check on those input MOSFETs, here, the current sensor is not short anymore. On those MOSFETs, no short anymore. No short anymore. So that was a capacitor. You see? This guy. This guy. This guy sitting on top of the MOSFET. That was our problem. That was our problem. This guy. Checking this guy with a multimeter. Is beeping. You hear the sound of the multimeter? You can hear the sound of the multimeter. So this guy was our problem. This guy was our problem. So let's see now. Let's see now. Let's see now. Do you now have a working laptop? Yeah, this guy was our problem. This one. Maybe you can see it's a small MOSFET. Ceramic. It's a small ceramic capacitor connected on the main 19 volts power rail. All those capacitors, they are showing in short because they are connected in parallel mode. So I'm sure we must have a working laptop. I'm sure I must have a working laptop. We must have a working laptop. Plug in the charger. Yeah, the board is too hot. Let's just wait a little bit and we can check. So that's how you diagnose a dead laptop motherboard. I was confused because I checked the first MOSFET, it was reading a short. The second one was reading a short, but the short was after the two MOSFETs. So now we have like we're having like 5 ceramic capacitors in parallel mode, and I took out one. This laptop must work fine without. What do we have? Check here. We have light. We have light. Let's see if the board is coming on. That is the very important thing. On. Fan is spinning. It's not getting off. Maybe they reset the BIOS. So we have to wait here. Come on, picture, where are you? Yeah, the board is still on. And we have picture. Check on the screen. It's working. The CMOS check up, what? Yeah, it's restarting, but it's working. It's working. I can't believe. So, yeah, it's trying to reload some settings. It's very normal for that delay. Nothing is very wrong here. You can see the HP log and it's loading Windows. It's loading Windows. So, yeah. You are 7% there. Keep your computer on. The fan is spinning. Everything is working fine here. So basically, that's the diagnosis procedure of a dead laptop motherboard. I was about to swear that the second MOSFET is shorted. That's the reason why the first MOSFET is not driving up the power. But that was not the case. That was not the case. Let's just give it time. Let's just wait, and we'll see if everything is working fine here. And the touchpad is working. There's user password there. The keyboard is still working. You can see there's username there. So basically this laptop is fixed. So I will stop this video now. Like, subscribe, don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Also share our videos to your beloved friends and relatives. And yeah, hopefully you learned something, how you can diagnose and fix a dead laptop motherboard. This was an easy one, but I was more of a confusion when I see all those MOSFETs in serial mode reading a short. But actually the short was after. And the resistance of the short circuit was very low, like 0 ohms, because the short was too close. So see you on the next game. Bye.